Hi all, welcome to my channel. So this lecture is about modern literature. And if you are new to my channel, please press the subscribe button and the bell button. And if you like this video, please share, comment and tell your friends to also listen to me. So let us start. What is modernism or what is modern literature? So first, modernism is seen as a literary movement from the period of last quarter of 19th century, that means 1890s, in Great Britain and Germany to the start of World War II. That means from 1890s to the start of World War II, that means World War I plus the aftermath of World War II. Then it may also be viewed as a collection of terms such as movement, schools in literature, art, music over the Europe. So that means movement of modernism is not limited to literature only, but it has been spread to art and music also. So let us see the basic terms. So firstly, there is anxiety. See, when there is war at hand, nobody can say like Wordsworth that look into your heart and write. So if there is war, the people are anxious and they are in forlorn because the harmony they have at has been broken and there was experimentation. Now see, till Victorian period, the literature moves in a single line. But after the Victorian period is over, the modernism sprung up or breaks up into multiple lines. The harmony has been lost, and every person is thinking in his or her own style. That is why the people of that time they were very different from each other, and some of the writers they cry for the loss of harmony. But on the other hand, if we consider postmodernists, we are postmodernists. We enjoy this loss of harmony. We do parties, we do fun, we do everything possible that we can do. We think of achieving high aims. We are postmodern. But modernists, they only cry for the loss of what it has been done with the World War One and its aftermath. So let us move towards modern novel. So modern novel is non-chronological. That means the sequence is not like from A to Z. It is sometime B, it is sometime D, it is sometime A, it is sometime X, shifting in narratives. And there was experimentation, sudden jumps in time. And Joseph Frank has given a very fine phrase that is spatialization of time. That means there is a hodgepodge of the time in the modern novel. So instead of holding the realistic illusion, what realism says that everything is in a sequence. Modernists break the narrative frames and move from one level of narration to the other without warning. For example, if in the novel present is talking about and in the next scene the writer jumps toward the future and in the next scene he or she may jump toward the past. So there is non-linear novels, no linearity is there, and the works may be reflexive about their own writings. They may be placed one story inside other, and this is called interior duplication. This fact is very important if you are preparing for UGC net. That means the works of modernist novels are interduplication. Then instead of plots even, there is emphasis on character consciousness. That means the novels grow character centered rather than plot centered. What Aristotle says that novel or poetry or fiction should be in a style of linearity where plot is important. But for modernists, the characters become important. And they talk about characters' consciousness, unconsciousness, memory, and perception. So after 1900, the ideas of philosophers such as Henry Bergson and psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud, a very famous figure, become important for writers and artists. The works are often oriented around the center of consciousness or they use free indirect style and stream of consciousness. free indirect style, that means they can break the unity of the text. And stream of consciousness means thinking and with the flying wings. For example, if you are sitting and you are lost somewhere and you do not know where you are lost, but you are writing and writing and writing a novel of that lost memory, is called stream of consciousness. And narrators are often strangely limited to third person and unreliable first person narrators. There are multiple shifting narrators. Those third person and first person narrators have multiple shifting. That means the narrators also shift. If you are as a writer narrating a story, and in the next scene some character will be narrating, then other character will be narrating, then the novel shifted towards I character. So in this way narration changes. Then open ending and unique forms. Novels generally are open ended novels, and there is ellipsis, that means three dots, and the next phase of story starts. The writer eats up the story from in between. This is also possible. There is narrative gap, and there is ambiguity and complexity. Ambiguity means not clear, and complexity means very much confusion is there in the modern novels. So modernism at England. Now each nation experienced its own unique terms in case of modernism. So in England, the beginning of modernism is associated with French influenced movements such as naturalism, symbolism, decadence, and aestheticism. So these are the heavy terms of modernism that are used in England. And if you do not know these terms, please write in the comment box, there I will explain. Aesthetic theories of Walter Pater, Baudelaire, Laforge, Mallarmé have influence over the England novels. So there were aesthetic theories. Aesthetic theories mean that the feelings were such introduced that they bring in aesthetic forms. If you also don't know this term, please write in the comment section. Then I will come to know that whether you have listened to my video or not. Then aesthetic influences on these writers such as Wilde, Dodson, Simon, Johnson, Yeats, Flaubert, and a large number of writers. Americans were also famous, such as Henry James and Stephen Crane and Polish Vaughan, Joseph Conrad. So there are so many writers which have aesthetic influence over them. Then in Edwardians. See, Edwardian period came just before the modernist work. And before modernism, the Edwardians continued to use realistic fiction of late 90s. And but they wrote about modernism such as extreme poverty, sexual misadvantage, and remote reaches of British Empire. Remote reaches of British Empire. What does I mean? What do I mean by this? That means British Empire was pondering over the whole world in the form of colonization, and Edwardians used to write about these things also. But they followed the general lines of Victorian novel. So their techniques were somewhat Victorian, but they were not using the experimental language as the modernists do. Now, Henry James. Let us move towards individual novelists. His works are Wings of Dove, Ambassadors, Golden Bowl, and he influenced many writers such as Ford Madox Ford, Conrad, and Virginia Woolf. Joseph Conrad. He was fully modernist, and his novels such as Heart of Darkness, Nostromo, Secret Agent, Under Western Eyes, it has pettier shift in the narrative. There are long gaps in his novels. His novels are dense and nervous. There is a shifting style in prose, ambiguity, repetition. These are his styles. That means Joseph Conrad's style. So next is James Joyce. James Joyce's first story collection is Dubliners. But Portrait of a Young Artist as a Young Man is totally different from Dubliners, where the interior monologue works. Ulysses is about the story of one day. See, the novel revolves around only a single day of the character. So you can see how experimented the novels were. Fingenwaves is about the experimentation of one night study of a Dubliner pub owner. One night study. So you can see well that how they were experimenting with the fiction. Virginia Woolf and D.H. Lawrence were influenced by Freud, and D.H. Lawrence is very famous for the usage of Oedipus complex. Oedipus complex means love for son, love of a son towards his mother and envy towards his father. Mrs. Dalloway, To the Lighthouse, Between the Acts, Waves are the famous novels of Woolf, whereas Lawrence is famous for Sons and Lovers, Rainbow, Woman in Love. Most of his novels, Lawrence's novels, are attracted towards his mother. Now, modern poetry. Modern poetry is the overthrowing of the rhyme and traditional forms. There was a completely shift from the Wordsworthian style of poetry and Victorian poetry. Victorian poetry is somewhat inspired by modernism, but when it jumps towards modernism, it completely breaks the rhyme and rhythm. There is the free verse and scattered images of culture and time. Now, the self consciously traditional in forms and subject matter, especially Georgian poets. So, Georgian poets came before the advent of modernism and they were self conscious towards their poetry. There are soldier poets also. C. Stride Sassoon, a very important poet from UGC net perspective. You have to read in detail if you want to correct that. Then poets outside England, Irish W.B. Yeats, and American Ezra Pound and Eliot. W.B. Yeats drew figures from mythicism, Japanese no art, theater, history, mythology. Then T.S. Eliot. Eliot is about writing for The Wasteland, his masterpiece. It is about the despairing mood and gallows humor. And Eliot's poetry is a mixing up, fragmentation, humorous mixture of forms and linguistic registers. Intertextuality is there in his poems. And his first poem when he arrived London is Prufrock, the famous poem of Eliot. So these writers are important for net perspective. So if you have any queries, leave in the comment section and let me know if you like the video or not. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Okay, so see you. Bye bye in my next video. Thank you for listening to me.